Trump was almost attacked at the White House Correspondents Dinner. The suspect is a teacher from California, and I didn't know mass shootings were now a part of the public education curriculum in America. But that explains a lot. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Everybody was fine, okay? You can laugh. The White House Correspondents' Dinner is a fancy dinner where journalists, White House officials, and other people that were definitely friends with Epstein all get together and make fun of each other. It's like the James Franco roast, except he actually got in trouble for what he was accused of. The suspect, Cole Allen, rushed past Secret Service, but was then taken down. So people are asking how this happened. And don't worry, Trump is working on how to fix this.
A particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom.
All right, so no metal detectors or a closed corridor, just a gold ballroom. This dude is seriously gold member. The event caused chaos at the dinner, so much so, one Republican influencer stopped and took a selfie about it. Pete Hegseth was seen being moved. Dude is wiggling his jaw like half the people at Coachella. Kash Patel was outside on the phone, asking where the afters was so he can keep drinking. Dana White sat up to soak it all in.
It started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down." I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in. And
also, why the f*** is Dana White there? The guy who underpays his fighters and beats his wife is at the White House dinner? And Dana, I know you'll claim that joke was some cancel culture bullshit, but you're more progressive than I thought, so I'm surprised you're there. I mean, you think men should be able to fight women. Well, there goes my hopes of ever going to the UFC. I like the Russian links better anyways. RFK Jr. never took cover because if you didn't know, beef tallow gives you a cloak of protection, not only from measles, but from physical attacks as well. I think legally I have to claim that is not true, but I do like beef tallow. And some guests began stealing wine bottles, which I respect. If I had to be stuck locked down with journalists and Kash Patel, I too would need to be drunk to get through it. But it's a good thing Kash Patel didn't get too drunk because he then gave a little speech.
The president's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country.
A dude just sprinted past 15 Secret Service members who somehow got into the event, who then all missed taking him down for I don't know how many shots, and you're saying the president inspires them? These dudes need a vacation. There's been more attempts on Trump's life than there's been Fast and the Furious movies. Now, with any major event, there are some theories about what went down. There is a Twitter account that has only posted one tweet, and it was the suspect's name back in 2023, which is insanely weird. But to think this was staged or planned is insane. It's not like there was subliminal messages.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
All right. Well, that's just one instance. We shouldn't look too much into this.
I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some...
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there.
They definitely just cut her phone at a very interesting time. Listen, if I ever abruptly get cut off, just know that means they are...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch, and please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
Just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to the Semi-Daily Night Show. I'm your host, Gary. Is MAGA falling apart? A wide-known MAGA influencer turned out to be fake. Emily Hart, the social media influencer that basically posts Facebook memes your conservative uncle likes, turned out to not only be fake, but the account was created by a dude named Sam who's a med student in India. Her posts routinely got millions of views, likely by guys who have horrible taste in sunglasses and wedding attire. Seriously, if you see a dude who wore jeans into a wedding, you can guess they voted for Trump. Just buy some slacks, it's not that hard. Sam took pictures of Sydney Sweeney and fed it into ChatGPT to give him an influencer that was a 20-year-old nurse based in New York who really liked beer and apparently cold plunging in ice fishing holes, which is in fact actually prescribed by RFK Jr. now for when you have pneumonia, probably. Gotta fight the cold with cold. Sorry. He also made monies off Boomer's Dream Girl by having dudes pay for AI-generated bikini pics. For the party who loves to say he has risen, it turns out they were just talking about their pants. If that joke makes you mad, save your Erica Kirk tears. I don't really care. But that's not the only hot girl in the conservative world. Trump's got a sugar daddy problem. Julia Vivaro, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism, is being investigated for having multiple sugar daddies while working for the government. Now, a sugar baby working for counterterrorism sounds bad, but it's highly effective. She got the Middle East to drop bombs on her chest rather than us. Now, she was caught by her ex-boyfriend, a way older man who is an IT CEO, reported her to the Department of Justice after they broke up. And I know what you're thinking. That age gap looks bad. But not as bad as the age gap of half of the relationships in the Epstein files. You were his neighbor. Why are you so close to the president? And another government official has been wrapped up in a weird relationship. A U.S. nuclear chief leaked information to an undercover journalist where he said this.
That government is so corrupt. You're not a spy, right? Your eyes have mesmerized me so much that I'm almost going to tell you. That's why that's the easiest way to get intelligence. Like, just send a pretty girl, talk to the guy.
Even worse, she's a journalist with a Twitter account. He leaked that innocent kids were victims in the strikes against Iran. And the lonely nuclear chief also said this.
We're literally trained that, if a Girl Scout, this is serious, we were always trained, if a Girl Scout gives you a message, a launch message, she knocks on your door, goes, here you go, she gives you a launch message on a box of cookies, she wrote it down. If it passes all the checks, go.
We trained nuclear officials that if a Girl Scout hands a box of cookies over with launch codes, then they launch a nuke. The world could end because of tag-alongs? Maybe Epstein's Island was actually just boot camp. Okay, that was kind of sad. Tech CEOs want you to get drafted. Palantir, the surveillance company that is ran by a dude who flirts with women by showing his sword moves. Alright, calm down, ugly Jon Snow. That is the CEO of Palantir. They posted a 22-point manifesto with some insanely creepy points, like number 6, national service in the military should be required. I swear, if there's a draft and I look over and see that, I'm defecting to North Korea. What? I like his jackets. More like Drip Jong-un. Sorry. But the terrifying part is, the more wars, the more that dude can practice sword fighting in front of It's like a conflict of interest, except the interest here is billions of dollars in that dude's pockets. And then there's number 8. Public servants shouldn't be priests. I mean, they are Catholic priests. They both like kids. In the next one, point 9, they said there should be more grace for people who work in public, meaning politicians. The corporation pushing for the surveillance state thinks people bully politicians too much online. I'm sorry, but you all covered up the Epstein files. And it gets weirder in point 16. We should be nicer to Elon Musk. Maybe they are right about that one. We definitely shouldn't say he's built like a video game character, where all his attributes went to his torso and inability to be a father. It is insanely weird that billionaires who support a mean tweet president are so offended by mean tweets. The f*** are you people doing on Twitter anyways? Go have fun. Go buy an island. Wait, actually, please don't do that.